Hi there, my name's Miranda Dressler, attorney with the law offices of Bridget Mackay in Petaluma, California. We practice in the areas of estate planning, administration, and elder law. And today I'm going to talk to you about 6 common estate planning mistakes that people often make. And the first is really, not recognizing your own mortality and procrastinating, and really not creating a plan or waiting until maybe it's too late to attempt to create a plan. Often this happens because we all think we have time. We may recognize that we should do an estate plan. We plan to do it at some point, but we don't get around to it, and then until it becomes too late. The second common estate planning mistake is not choosing the right documents. So, for example, maybe only having a will prepared when really your assets are substantial enough that you should have probably done a living trust. For example, if you own a home, we generally recommend that you do a living trust instead of a will, because a will has to go through a court process called probate upon your death. Also, maybe only not create, maybe creating a living trust, but not creating some of the support documents that we generally always advise go with a living trust, like a durable power of attorney and a healthcare directive, so you can appoint someone to make healthcare decisions for you if you become unable to make those decisions for yourself. The third mistake that we often see is when people may have an estate plan, but they don't have a backup plan for the people that they have appointed in the various roles in an estate plan, like successor trustee, executor, power of attorney agent. Maybe they've named one person to be in that role, but they haven't named any alternative people. And when the time comes and that one person has maybe passed away or can't do the job for some reason, we're stuck. There's no one appointed, and ultimately the court has to become involved. The fourth common mistake is how you leave assets to your beneficiaries. A common thing that people do is they leave assets to their beneficiaries outright in a lump sum distribution of cash, basically. But many people don't really put thought into what that may look like for a beneficiary. Maybe the beneficiary isn't ready to receive a lump sum distribution of cash because of the fact that they're young, or maybe just not financially responsible. So, really the better way to go about it, or to think about this option, is to, instead of an outright distribution, leaving assets in some kind of subtrust that will allow the beneficiary to benefit from their inheritance while protecting that inheritance from being dissipated or claimed by creditors, or just kind of spent on irresponsible things. The fifth mistake is not funding your living trust. So when you create a living trust, really one of the most vital aspects of doing that is making sure that all of your assets are transferred into the name of the trust so that they can be subject to the trust. And so we see this all the time, that maybe someone's house is in the name of their trust, but their other assets aren't. And so when they pass away, there's an issue. Assets over a certain value that aren't in the name of the trust are going to have to go through probate court, which is really one of the main things generally people are trying to avoid by doing a living trust in the first place. So the sixth and final, and I think most important estate planning mistake that people make is not updating their estate plan and not reviewing it from time to time. So often people have the idea that they get their will done or their trust done, and they kind of put that in the drawer or in the safe deposit box, and they don't look at it again. But that really is not a prudent way to go about it, because things change over time. The laws change, your family might change, your assets might change. And so really a plan that may have been adequate 10, 15, 20 years ago, really is not going to work as it was intended, because it's not going to cover the things that are going on now. So really, estate plans need to be reviewed and possibly updated from time to time. So thanks for listening today. If you have any questions about this topic or any other estate planning topic, you should contact an experienced estate planning attorney in your area. Thank you.